proven. That statement cannot be proven, so it's not scientific. So health is achieved through a combination of physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. ATM is therefore a means to set right an undesirable or healthy condition, that is to cure, restoration of health. When a person has a common cold and then recovers from it, the person is said to be cured. Even though the person might sometimes catch another cold. But if you have a disease like diabetes mellitus that produces no undesirable symptoms for the moment, if it successfully managed and does not produce any symptom for the moment, without actually having a permanent ending to it, then you are not cured. You are just managing your diabetes. So what is a cure? From a dictionary. A cure is the end of a medical condition. The substance or procedure that ends a medical condition, such as medication, surgical operation, change in lifestyle, or even a philosophical mindset. All this refers to cure. Restoration of health, methods or course of medical treatment, an agent such as a drug that restores health, or a remedy, or something that corrects or alleviates a harmful or disturbing situation. And we have examples of common medicinal plants used in Africa, from cassia to strychnos and also to Zephyrdanga or pediculatum, showing the value and some of the uses. And all these, they are, of course, they are used in self-medication. It does not start in the stomach. When you take a croup-plant material inside gelatin capsules, of course, gelatin is compatible with biological medium dissolves. Those fine particles, your liver will have to fight as to metabolism. One day the liver backs up. You think it's that woman you greeted in the village, the weekend before you were there, that didn't respond, that is after your life. So we are suggesting that capsules should not contain alkaloidal herbs, since we know alkaloidal herbs are very poisonous. Only polyphenol should be activated to minimize toxicity. Herbs that contain alkaloids should not be encapsulated, rather than be taken as teas, a repetition, and phytochemical screening will be mandatory for such. The traditional dosage forms like ashes, NAFDAC registers, enlist a lot of rubbish. They should be discouraged for listing. Rather, you can take as extra-cutaneous preparation. The freeze-dried extras should be encouraged as capsules, tablets, be affordable to achieve maximum bioavailability, as it is being garbage back to us now in the Nigerian market. The export of medicinal plants has going on. I have 3 slides now. Going on for many years on the demand of international market. I've given examples of some medicinal plants that are sought after in the international world. And of course, if all of us need to grow this, we will not be able to meet up to the demand. Those are the examples. So that also as a conservation, that's what is the case of that plan. Thank you very much.
Presentation this afternoon, presentation OPO7 leads health risks associated with pesticide residues in Lactogenia, Astata, and so on and so forth. The presenter, I don't know who is going to present the paper, but it's by Iluku Some Eta. Can the presenter please come forward to deliver the paper? Okay. Okay. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Madame, Messieurs, merci pour votre attention. Je me nomme Sylvain Bodo. Je suis de l'Institut de recherche en sciences de l'opportunité qu'ils nous ont offert.
So before starting, I'd like to thank the organising committee on behalf of the delegation of Burkina Faso.
Notre travail porte essentiellement sur une évaluation de la qualité des plantes médicinales.
So our work is about the evaluation of the quality of medicinal plants.
Le titre présentation. Notre présentation va sur un plan classique, introduction, matériel et méthode, résultats, explication et conclusion. Donc en introduction, nous signalons que la région du Sahel au Burkina Faso, comme plusieurs parties du monde, vit sous la pression constante des ravageurs tels que le criquet et les reins.
So the translation is on the slide.
Le criquet et les reins est un ravageur majeur qui constitue de nos jours une menace majeure pour la santé, la sécurité sanitaire et la stabilité sociale pour de nombreuses populations du monde vivant d'une agriculture à risque climatique élevé. Et pour venir à bout d'un tel ravageur, les pesticides sont beaucoup utilisés pour le combattre. C'est ainsi que l'homme, par différentes techniques, donc va épandre les pesticides dans les zones infestées. Donc des moyens terrestres par application piéton ou motorisés, ou bien des moyens aériens sont utilisés. Ainsi, dans la littérature, il est rapporté que l'utilisation des pesticides est associée avec la contamination de plusieurs compartiments de l'environnement, dont les plantes. Et donc, nous avons émis comme première hypothèse que l'utilisation des pesticides dans le contexte de la lutte anti-acridienne au Burkina Faso conduit à la contamination des végétaux, donc y compris celles utilisées pour en médecine traditionnelle ou les plantes alimentaires. Deuxièmement, les pesticides sont connus pour produire des effets sanitaires néfastes. Pour cela, notre deuxième hypothèse est que le niveau de contamination des plantes médicinales serait une menace pour les consommateurs. Ainsi, pour vérifier ces hypothèses, nous avons ciblé une plante comme une espèce sentinelle. Il s'agit de l'Arpadenia astata. Donc, suivre la contamination et caractériser le risque. Ce choix est basé sur le fait que sur l'ère d'études, la plante est très abondamment représentée. Aussi, la littérature rapporte que c'est une plante utilisée comme aliment durant les périodes de soudure et dans plusieurs régions de la aussi, les études ont montré que différentes parties de la plante sont utilisées pour prendre en charge des affections telles que l'hypertension, les maladies de la peau, souvent comme l'apophysie. Donc, nous avons donc formulé deux objectifs pour cette étude. Déterminer le niveau de résidus des pesticides dans les échantillons de la Arpadenia astata. Deuxièmement, d'évaluer le risque sanitaire associé à la présence de pesticides dans la Arpadenia astata utilisée comme aliment. Donc, notre zone d'étude était la région du Sahel Burkina Faso, c'est une zone située à l'extrême nord qui vit sous la récurrence des invasions acridiennes. C'est une zone également qui fait frontière avec le Mali et le Niger, deux pays connus pour la récurrence des invasions acridiennes. Et nous avons choisi 4 sites de cette région. Donc, vous avez les 4 sites envoyés au laboratoire sous des conditions qui préservent les résidus de pesticides. Et une fois au labo, les feuilles ont été séchées. Donc, une fois au labo, les feuilles ont été séchées et réduite en poudre. La poudre a subi une extraction solide liquide. Le premier extrait a subi. Donc le premier extrait a subi une purification sur colonne de gel silice et l'extrait final a subi une analyse chromatographique par CPG pour l'analyse des résidus de pesticides. La figure ci-contre est un schéma conceptuel donc, qui montre le schéma global de l'évaluation de risque que nous avons utilisé. Donc, cette figure met en relation d'une part à gauche l'ensemble des événements qui conduisent aux effets adverses sur l'homme depuis l'utilisation des pesticides au champ en passant par la présence des résidus dans les plantes sauvages, puis de l'exposition de l'homme et de toutes les étapes toxico-cinétiques et d'autre part à droite l'ensemble des 4 étapes classiques de l'évaluation du risque, à savoir l'identification du danger, la caractérisation du danger, l'évaluation de l'exposition et la caractérisation du risque. Alors pour l'évaluation du risque, nous avons deux hypothèses. Donc nous avons ciblé des groupes de personnes qui sont exposées.
We have a group of people that are
jeunes, des enfants de 10 ans, des enfants de...
carried out this
Et la
medication.
deuxième hypothèse, c'était
The second
voir
hypothesis,
quelles conditions pouvaient survenir pour
what
l'exposition
conditions
soit
are we doing?
aiguë ou bien chronique. Et pour apprécier donc
Yeah, it's
ce
a problem.
risque, nous avons calculé un paramètre
We
appelé
also calculate the parameters
quotient danger est égal au rapport entre
other quotient
la dose journalière estimée et
and the
une
expected
valeur
benefits
toxicologique de
are
référence. La valeur toxicologique de référence sous l'hypothèse de l'exposition aiguë est une dose de référence aiguë. Sous l'hypothèse de l'exposition chronique, une dose journalière.
instances of the
Et
clinical
lorsque nous calculons le quotient, donc s'il est inférieur à 1, le risque est estimé acceptable, et lorsque le quotient est inférieur à 1, le risque est inacceptable.
and the risk is unacceptable.
Globalement,
In total,
nos résultats montrent sur 9
our results show
insecticides recherchés, 6 ont été détectés dans les différents échantillons collectés et la teneur variait entre 0,22 et 2,2 mg de poids corporel. Notons que
we noted that
l'ensemble des échantillons des 4 sites étaient contaminés par au moins 4
the total of these 4 steps are contaminated.
Je vais parler en français pour vous. Je voulais savoir quel est le 6e pesticide PT et
I'd like to know what
Le ministère du Sabbat sénégalaisiste contre les vers adultes et les jeunes de Votre travail a été réalisé à l'Institut de recherche et de sciences de la santé et à l'Université de Strasbourg sous la direction de Saïda Traoré Aristide, Dr. Sylvain Lopez, cher professeur de biologie. Votre présentation présentée sur ce plan d'introduction va donner les matériels de médiation dans votre matériel et les résultats que nous avons sortis. L'introduction, monsieur, madame et monsieur les congressistes, et par l'éducation des sous-noms, avec la document des personnes délégales à dossier d'éducation qui va dans les et c'est par les qui sont responsables des désordres d'action responsables également des désordres de circulation, cause, des tempêtes pour cela, la nécessité de trouver des alternatives face à ces parasitoses s'impose, principalement par la pratique d'hygiène et aussi par l'utilisation de médicaments alternatifs. Cependant, de nos jours, il est révélé que certains médicaments thérapeutiques modernes connaissent des résistances et pour cela, il est nécessaire à travers la recherche sur les plantes, la pharmacopée traditionnelle, de trouver des molécules plus efficaces pour pouvoir résoudre le problème du palais. Au Burkina Faso, il existe plusieurs espèces de plantes qui sont utilisées pour le traitement des maladies. Donc, ça va sénégaliser qui a été révélé par les travaux de l'Ampoulement en 1996. Ça va sénégaliser ce que nous avons ici. Il y a un centre à latex très répandu de la région du Sénégal au Nigeria et utilisé traditionnellement pour faire passer anticognitives, antiseptiques, etc. Les objectifs de notre travail principalement caractériser les groupes chimiques présents dans notre extrait aqueux et à évaluer in vitro les propriétés anthelmintiques de notre cocktail aqueux de tabac sénégalais contre les vers adultes et les œufs. Mesdames et messieurs les congressistes, quelles ont été les méthodes, les matériels que nous avons utilisés? Les matériels végétaux étaient constitués principalement des feuilles de tabac sénégalais et le matériel biologique est constitué des vers adultes Hémoplus contortis que nous avons recueillis dans la muqueuse duodénale de Taïd et Tuyon. Pour la méthode physico-chimique, nous avons principalement préparé nos extraits aqueux que nous avons utilisés. Et par la suite, nous avons effectué un filtrage physico-chimique pour déterminer les glandes chimiques présents. Et à travers également la régulation par la CCM, nous avons pu montrer la présence de composés intermédiaires de référence que nous avons trouvé dans notre revue bibliographique, qui sont des saponides. La méthode d'étude pharmacologique ici est principalement est constituée ici par 3 extraits de référence. D'abord notre extrait à code, ça va se réaliser. Le témoin négatif ici qui était constitué de solution de PDS et le témoin positif qui était des. Le dispositif que nous avons ici a servi à l'incubation des vers adultes Hémoplus contortis, qui sont les boîtes de Petri. Donc ici nous avons une concentration de notre extrait croissante. Et ici la concentration est représentée à 3 limitations. Et nous avons mis dans chaque boîte de Petri 3 vers Hémoplus contortis que nous avons laissé à incubation de tout pendant 24 heures. Et à 24 heures, nous avons pu observer au microscope pour pouvoir détecter les vers qui étaient encore vivants ou les vers qui étaient morts avec le boîte de Petri. Cela nous a permis à déterminer le taux de mortalité de vers à travers la formule que nous avons ici. Pour l'inhibition de l'éclosion des œufs, nous avons utilisé la méthode décrite ici par Jabbar, collaborateur, qui a consisté principalement à collecter dans un premier temps nos vers que nous avons par la suite écrasé dans un mortier en porcelaine pour pouvoir avoir une suspension d'œufs. Et à partir de cette suspension, nous avons filtré avec des mailles, des tamis à mailles différentes que nous avons ensuite concentré à 1000 œufs par millilitre. Et cela nous a permis de pouvoir mettre en place une dispositif que nous avons utilisé. Cette fois-ci, nous avons laissé les verres des œufs à incubation pendant 48 heures. Et nous avons, à l'issue des 48 heures, observé et le nombre de finales nous avons pu observer Mesdames et messieurs les congressistes,
Ladies and gentlemen, showing the results of our research. We have to show the presence of the common
et ces mêmes résultats ont été trouvés par Iran dans l'institution de Cameroun et naturellement 1996. La révélation de nos deux composants de ici, nous avons pu réaliser cela à travers les commentaires ici. À gauche, nous avons le commentaire
on the left. We have
nous avons la présentation de
the
6 autres avec la
Grammacy of
population et à droite, nous avons les révélations des planètes avec la population de pour l'étude de parasitologie perçue de l'air.
mathematical study.
Nous avons
This is the
obtenu
result.
une mortalité des concentration dépendante. En rouge, ici, nous avons notre témoin positif.
The red showing the
Avec la concentration
positive percent at the green.
et en vert, nous avons notre révélation de la mortalité des verts avec le sabbat sénégalais et également la concentration du pamplemousse. Alors, pour la technique de réduction des fusions des œufs, nous avons pu observer
All that techniques that we use
des œufs en fonction de l'équivalence de concentration que nous avons utilisée avec le plus tôt d'inhibition obtenue autour de 93 à la plus forte concentration.
you see the most high, the high level of concentration is the one that is displayed.
Alors, la mortalité de nos vers
That is the mortality of the adult worms.
cette année, nous avons le
Well, as you can see, the strong presence of 13
cela a été montré par les collaborateurs qui ont montré que les années avaient des préfets sur la membrane des parasites et ils avaient la possibilité d'affecter la biologie de ces parasites, notamment
which also has the
la couche chimique de l'activité
tendency
pour
of affecting
permettre de réduire ces parasites. Alors, cela est expliqué également par la présence de composés quelques fluides dans notre extrait.
You can see from our extract as well the mortality of adult worms and the presence of saponiferous components.
et d'augmenter la fécondité cellulaire. Mesdames et messieurs les congressistes,
Ladies and
en
gentlemen,
guise de conclusion, nous avons pu, à l'issue de nos travaux, montrer que notre extrait
we are
avait
sure that
effectivement
our studies
des
are
activités intermédiaires, notamment en entraînant une mortalité des vers adultes d'Inibus contractus. Également, a montré une diminution de l'explosion
It also shows
contractus.
chemical studies of
Ces activités pourraient réduire
isolate of organic compounds
et les apologies que nous avons montrées dans notre extrait.
in our studies.
En guise de perspective, nous comptons
As a perspective,
évoluer vers une
we're trying to
utilisation
go up
des composés chimiques que nous avons pu
chemical components
montrer dans notre extrait. Voilà aussi la utilisation et activités sur activités sur voilà. Merci.
Two questions as usual.
You don't know yet.
Try that to oppose them for their anti-transnational activity, use singly and in combination. Introduction. It's a common knowledge that African trypanosomiasis is caused by trypanosomes that are usually protozoa in nature, and they cause several social and economic diseases. trypanosomiasis is usually transmitted by tasty flies, and it affects, it's usually transmitted to people, domestic livestock, and wildlife. Currently, we have 3 principal control strategies for tasty transmitted trypanosomiasis. One, the use of trypanosomiasis drugs, which can be either chemotherapy or chemoprophylaxis. The use of trypanotolerant cattle, and the tasty control or eradication. Now, the use of trypanosomiasis drug is the most widely accepted means of controlling African trypanosomiasis. But however, the drugs so far available are not easily accessible, and the cost is so high, especially to the rural populations that are highly affected by the disease. They cannot afford to buy them. In addition to that, the parasite has developed a lot of resistance to some of these drugs. Because of this factor, in addition to all these mentioned, the big pharmaceutical companies are also no longer interested in development of drugs with no promise of financial returns. And the existing drugs are also highly toxic. Because of this reason, there's a need to extend the search for trypanosides to medicinal plants. Now, because of this, we designed this work. For this reason, we designed this work to intend to evaluate the anti-trypanosomal activity of Trichoderm procumbens and Morinda lucida, either singly or in combination, using T. vibrosa infected mice. We decided to use T. procumbens because literature has shown that this plant has ability to modulate immune responses, and Morinda lucida has been tested before to have some level of anti-trypanosomal potential and also some other proposals also. So this is the tested disease, and this is the parasite that are found in the bloodstream. The plant of our interest is T. procumbens, and this is the lucida, Morinda lucida. Materials and method. The parasite was obtained from Nigerian Institute for Trypanosomiasis Research, where I work. The plant material we obtained T. procumbens from Mina and its envelope, while Morinda lucida was obtained from Osun State here. Okay. So to round up, what we observe is that the Trichoderm procumbens at 400 milligrams per kilogram body weight get the best result by extending the life of the infected and treated animal beyond the control. While that of Morinda lucida extract also, methanol extract, the two of them, the methanol extract is prolonged life more. Now, when combined, we observe that out of the 3 different dosages we tried, 200, 300, 400 milligrams per kg, 200 milligrams per kilogram body weight gave us the best elongation of life. So, in conclusion, we observe that methanolic extract of some of these plant products exhibit some level of anti-trypanosomal activity, and when combined, because the dosage that gave us the best activity when combined was lower than when used singly, we believe that combination in future may give us a better result for the control of our trypanosomiasis. Thank you very much.
Questions? Just need 10. Yes. prophylactic effect of aqueous and methanolic extract of please present your paper.
Good afternoon. My name is Dora. I'm here to present prophylactic effect of aqueous and methanolic extract of Anugape particulata on Trypanosoma brucellosis infected mouse. Background: the prospect of immunization against the African trypanosomiasis appears due to its phenomenal antigenic variation. It is therefore necessary to search for new and more potent anti-trypanosomal compounds of natural origin to complement the existing synthetic anti-trypanosomal drugs that are generally becoming less potent against the pathogenic trypanosome. Introduction. What is trypanosome? Trypanosomes are flagellate protozoans that inhabit the blood plasma, the limbs and various tissues of the host, thereby cause immune system disorder. Trypanosomiasis is the disease of domestic animals, wild animals, and even human beings. Human African trypanosomiasis is a challenging and deadly complex disease due to its complex epidemiology and clinical presentation. Currently, there is no vaccine against sleeping sickness due to the ever-changing variables of this glycoprotein, which prevents effectiveness of the host immune response. Trypanosomes are shown resistant to current drugs used for the treatment of trypanosomiasis. We have two types of trypanosomiasis. We have human and animal. We have two major species for human trypanosome. The first one is Trypanosomiasis gambiaceae. This word gambiaceae came from Gambia. It was first found from Gambia. And the second one is peculiar to Central and West Africa. Why Trypanosoma reduces is peculiar to East Africa. For animal species, we have T. brucei, which is common to cattle. We have T. congolensis, we have T. vivax, and T. evaxis, that's common to ox. You see the pictures there, we have Ceccephalamid is the carrier of the parasite, transmitting it from one animal to another or from man to man. Anugape particulata. Anugape particulata is a plant that has been effectively used in traditional Asian medicine for centuries. The plant belongs to the family Acetaceae. It is literally known as king of bitters and used for the treatment of fever, annual ulcer, cancer, diabetes, snake bite, microbial and parasitic infection. So useful in anti-inflammatory disorder and is good in antioxidant. Why is plant? During 2009 did individual assessment of the plant, and it discovered that the plant has anti-trypanosoma activity. This particular study aimed at evaluating the prophylactic activity of aqueous and methanolic extract of this particular material. Nigerian Trypanosomiasis Research Institute, and they were grouped into 6. Each group has 6 animals. Trypanosome was obtained from the department, Spectrum and Parasitology department in Niger, specifically Federe Street. Inoculation. Rapid matching method was used as described by Evans and Norton, 1976. And based on this method, we were able to calculate the knock-on, which was done interperitoneally with approximately 100 parasites per mil. Plant material. Plant material were obtained from a botanical garden at Kaduna, Nigeria. And the extraction was done using methanol and aqueous. Extract administration. The question that will come to one's mind is the safety of a particular plant. And you must also consider the toxic effect of the plant. Why am I using 5,000 milligrams in the body weight? I use this because I have very limited plant extract. So, based on the literature review, I discovered that the plant has less or no toxic effect based on work done by Kalanchata et al. 2009 and Shady 2011. Both reported that at this dosage, oral administration of this particular plant, extract of this particular plant, shows no clinical toxicology effect. So the parasite is capable of lysing the red blood cell and thereby cause hemolysis. So I also checked this. If the plant extract is capable of boosting the part cell follow by building immune system against the parasite, not to lyse the red blood cell. And based on literature review, this particular plant has antioxidant effect, antioxidant capacity, which can accelerate the activity of antioxidant enzymes like catalase, glutathione, and superoxide dismutase, which can easily reduce the activity of free radicals, thereby suppressing the parasite, not to lyse the red blood cell. From my results here, it shows that on third week of infection, group C, which is aqueous leaf extract, shows no significant difference. And aqueous stem extract also shows no significant difference, but there was a slight significant difference in back cell follow of metabolic leaf extract and metabolic stem extract. Conclusion. Andrographic particulata leaf and stem contain bioactive components that exhibited trypanocytal activity. The active principle can be isolated for the development of cheap, safe and effective drug for the treatment and management of African trypanosomiasis. And the work is ongoing because there is a need for fractionation of the active ingredient responsible for this in the plant. Thank you very much.
On the anti-trypanosomal and toxicological properties, and the presenter is here to do justice to the paper.
Good day, man, who participates in this workshop, in this conference. I will borrow a leaf from my presenters, not to waste your time. They've spoken about trypanosome, definition of trypanosome, and several disease control agents and drugs. In the focus of this study, we are trying to look at effects, the toxicity effects of various drugs, but we are choosing a particular extract in this extract. That's two extracts. that were commonly used in the northern part of Nigeria, which is Leucampus. We have Aginius, Leucampus, and Dipteria paradoxa. There are several extracts that have been targeting either trapezoidal effect or thermostatic effect on disease. But we are trying to look at the effect of these extracts on the organs of the animals that they have been administered to. So, due to the expenses being spent on either the synthetic drugs that have been established and used, like diaminoxazine acetate, we have pomodium, and we have pomodium, and several other synthetic drugs in that line. But we are going to consider the standard drug of diazine acetate in this discussion. And not to waste most of our time, I will move further to explain the reason why we decided to go on this study. Veterinary medical practitioners in northern Nigeria and central Nigeria use this number of Aginius Leucampus and Dipteria paradoxa as treatment for trypanosomes. We are here to really investigate the in vivo and trypanosomal activities and the toxicological effects of this extract. This is just a background story and summary of the plant that we are using. The study plants, as I've mentioned, Aginius Leucampus and Dipteria paradoxa, with all the family name as given, and what they have established and claimed that it kills is what we put under the column ethnomedicinal use. The plant is being described in English as African besh, or what you can call string steak, or in Yoruba they call it akodudu or ani. Okay? I don't know how they're going to translate that to French, but the name is ani. You can pronounce that. The same thing goes for the paradoxa. It's a small, medium-sized tree that are found in our environment, usually in the Kwara State, and it's goes by that name that is given, and references of that are work on it is shown. This is just the picture of those trees that we should one or our extreme, that is to my own left, my facing is the Aginius Leucampus, and the other one is the back of Dipteria paradoxa. What we want to do is that we just want to know which one of these extracts are effective, either in trypanostatic or trypanocytal. Then we decide to do extraction as normal experimental procedures as being highlighted. The plants were collected in Ilesha, Baturi local government in Kwara State, and all other ethical procedures were taken into consideration. They were identified and they were given identification, and the deposit was made at Abatorium in Obafemi University in Ife. Okay? And the extracts were gotten using 70% ethanol, as being stated on the projection there. Well, we go on and on. The culture of trypanosomes, the organism were gotten from Federal University of Technology at Akure, and they were kept in a laboratory by passing, that is, keeping them until we need them in the animals. Then we use the mice that were used for processing at the animal house in Obafemi University in Ife, and the animals were treated according to the laboratory animal guidelines. Now, the experiment follows this procedure the way I've stated it out down here, and don't want to waste time. Those things are common ones that people have expressed. But I will get to exactly where the aim and objective of the study are really expressed. We were able to find out that the extract from the Literaria Paradoxa are ineffective, while that of Agenius Delcampus were effective, express trypanocidal effects without any adverse effects on selected organs that were studied. The organs that were used in this study, we used the lung, we used the kidney, we used the liver, and then we used the heart muscle, cardiac muscle. And the result goes as thus. Order to slide 16. We look at the interstitium, we look at the blood vessels and the tubules. If there are any obstruction in this area, then we say the extract has effect on that particular organ. But if we look through the structures that have been demonstrated with different concentrations from all these sections, we saw that they are normal. You can see the glomeruli in all sections when compared with the one in control. The area that might appear strange here, which doesn't show very reduced to sectioning, that's the area where you have the blood vessels. And in between those areas, that's where you have the interstitium. If there's any inflammatory reactions, inflammatory cells will occupy the interstitium that we are looking at here. So let us go to the next slide. Now, this is a typical section of the lung. This is the alveolus, those empty spaces. That's where the oxygen, different bronchioles and bronchioles. The bronchioles is the largest part of it as you are entering into the lung, while the bronchioles is the next before you get to the alveolus. And they are all intact. The area that we are looking at that looks strange is just the blood vessels within the lung tissue. Well, not to waste our time, the same goes for all other organs that were demonstrated in this study. This is our conclusion from the study. We discovered that the Literaria Paradoxa extra showed neither trypanocyte nor trypanocyte activities. And Agenius Delcampus extract was found to be trypostatic at this concentration mostly. Then the histological stand established this as well. Please follow me just listen time that we have fluid or what we call histochemical analysis results. At times does not really confirm that organs that were involved to take care of those fluctuating chemistry that is occurring in the body has established damage to this organ. So I may use an organ for example, please borrow me in time. If we look at sugar and you're looking at insulin and then you're looking at the pancreas, if you take an high dose of sugar, it's possible you're going to expect that your sugar level will involve. It doesn't mean your pancreas has problem. With time, if you go and target the pancreas and then you see that there is a defect in it, then it can be established that that patient is diabetic. It's not due to dietary and whatever. And the same thing we have established. We're still going to continue more of this study. Among all the extracts that my predecessors have used today, we're going to look at the effects of various organs and come out with a target. Maybe it has effect on organs and the animal. Thank you.
A report on the toxicity potential of various Okay, 12.
Does she have a mic? Okay, she has a mic.
The title is a report on the toxicity potential of Iberian campaign enacting fractions. So in this discussion, this outline will be discussed. Purpose of research. This research examines the toxicological properties of the plant Iberia campaign, the end-exim fraction of the plant, and the work is actually a follow-up to the observations of the potential in vivo activity of this particular fraction of Iberia campaign leaves, where in a particular study it increased the survival time of infected mice. Introduction. The importance of assessment of toxicity profile. It is necessary to assess the toxicity profile of a particular drug in process of development or discovery. That's why in standard regulatory bioassays, they carry out, it's recommended that during the phase 1 and phase 2 drug development process, the acute and the subchronic toxicities are carried out at each of the phases in order to detect a potential drug-induced toxicity, and manage drug development along that line without necessarily eliminating the potential active principle. So the local names of the plants vary in Nigerian languages: Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and Kogi are the following. And the local language names of the plants in Ghana and in Guinea-Bissau. So this is the figure shown of the plants Iberia campaign, native to the tropical countries of West Africa and Central Africa. It has the habit of a climbing shrub, and these are the fruit is edible. So people call it finger roots or bush banana because it's actually edible. And these are the morphological characteristics of the leaf. The leaf shape is lanceolate, the leaf surface is glabrous, and they are alternately arranged. The medicinal uses of Iberia campaign. The root bark is used by herbalists, fits, malaria, and hemorrhoids. And the leaf trees from the leaves used to treat wounds generally. While the leaf infusion is used to treat eye problems, inflammation of the eyes like keratitis and conjunctivitis and etc. Also, the root is used for treatment of nose bleeding, bronchi and lung infections, some other infections in it. So the pharmacological uses of the plants. So these compounds were isolated from the plants, and the flavonoids have been shown to have a specific tumor inhibitory activity. And like I said earlier on, of recent, it was discovered that the plant also exhibits a promising, although very weak, anti-trypanosomal activity in mice. Materials and methods. Animals that weigh between 19 to 25 grams body weight were used for the study. They were purchased from the Animal House of the Faculty of Pharmacy, OAU, Nigeria, and they were kept according to the guidelines of humane animal treatment, and they were fed with standard pelletized feeds, and they were given water as they required. Collection of and preparation of plant materials. The plants Iberia campaign were collected in April 2012 on the premises of Obafemi Awolowo University campus, and were identified at the Iberian Department of Botany OAU, and the voucher specimens was deposited for archive purposes, and the plants were processed. After the plant collection, the plants were dried at room temperature to dryness, and they were milled into powder and then extracted in the cold using 70% ethanol, after which it was concentrated in vacuum. The mixture was filtered to get a filtrate. Okay, the filtrate was concentrated in vacuum to get the methanol crude extract. So after the methanol crude extract, after getting the methanol crude extract, the plant was further dissolved in aqueous and partitioned between aqueous and N-hexane. So the N-hexane solution extract fraction now was further concentrated in vacuum to get the N-hexane fraction, which was used for these studies. A lot of the animals died. For the phase 2 experiments of the RP26 experiment, none of the animals died for the next 72 hours. And it was concluded that the LD50 of the plant is greater than 5,000 milligrams per body weight, which suggested that the fraction is non-toxic acutely. This table shows the biochemical estimations of the plant fraction in the liver. We look at the AST, ALT, sample cholesterol, and triglyceride parameters, and we notice an alteration. That's the control group, groups 100 for AST, 400 and 800 milligrams per kg. So we notice significant difference, which is a decrease in groups 200 milligrams per kg and 400 milligrams per kg for the aspartame aminotransferase and the alanine aminotransferase. That is a decrease in these enzyme markers compared to the controls. And we all know that the ALT, for instance, is an enzyme marker that indicates liver inflammation, and alterations in these enzymes could help us to identify whether the liver is inflamed or not, and we could see the significant differences. So there was a significant difference at the dose of 800, but I could not put it, because you can even see that from the control read 606.88. The last one 800 read 4041. The variations is white. So this is the result for the serum, and we can see it. We can see the increase. The increase at doses 200, 400, and 307 compared with these control groups. That is, the enzymes that were leaked out of the liver were found in the serum. That is the distortion in the balance of these enzyme markers. So I've already talked about the histological studies results. So the first figure shows the kidney histology of the control group. We saw the kidney glomerulate and the Bowman's capsule of the kidney. Bowman's capsule of the kidney that surrounds the kidney, and it appears to have, that's the black arrow over there. So it appears to have a normal architecture. So move on to the 100, 200, and the treated group slides, the figures. We see that the Bowman's capsule of the liver, the kidney glomerulate appears to be distorted. The space is enlarged. The space is enlarged. We see that we discover, and this, we also notice increase in interstitial fluids, which suggests edema. You can see an enlargement in the Bowman's capsule, and that this shows, and it only happened in the treated groups compared with the control. That means there's something wrong with the kidney of the treated group. Then the liver histology, you see the liver hepatocytes surrounding the central vein, and they were arranged. They were with the arrows. They were arranged normally as they were supposed to be, but in the in the treated groups, we see extrahepatic proliferation, many extrahepatic hypercellularity. That means the lymphocytes of the liver were trying to attack something, and in this case, a drug-induced toxicity that was not found in the control. The lung histology, you see the alveolar airspace with the alveolar airspace with the surrounding tissues that allows easily for gas exchange in the lungs in the control. But the thin wall of the alveolar air sac in the control is thin enough to easily allow gas exchange. But for the other groups, the treatment groups, we see distortions in the alveolar and the membrane of the alveolar. We can see this space is wider compared to most of the ones that are found here. So that means it gives room for lung emphysema, whereby the lung alveoli cannot perform its gas exchange property. And this conclusion. So this work actually reveals the toxic potentials of the plant fraction at a prolonged dose. Thank you.
Presentation OP16, the curious extract. Quickly present your paper because we are really short of time.
Of Burkina Faso, and I work in the Institute de Recherche en Sciences. So, I will present to the result of my work entitled Aqueous Extract of Anogenesis Deocarditis and use endothelium-dependent vasodilation effect on causing coronary arterial drains. For the following slide, I will go in French with the permission of all of you here in this conference room. Thank you for your understanding. So,
point to the, yeah.
Va s'articuler autour d'une introduction. Les matériels et méthodes, ici donc les résultats que je vais expliquer, et je vais terminer par une conclusion. Alors, comme introduction, nous
As part of my introduction, we need to retain,
selon l'Organisation mondiale de la santé,
according to World Health Organization,
plus de 80% des populations africaines recours à la médecine et à la pharmacopée pour leurs besoins en santé.
Traditional medicine to cure their diseases.
À l'instar des autres pays en développement,
for example, some other countries that are countries to treat several pathologies,
incluant l'hypertension artérielle.
for example, arthritis and hypertension.
Alors, dans la même logique que les différents pays du monde, l'anogenesis est très utilisée au Burkina Faso pour traiter diverses pathologies, incluant les maladies parasitaires, les maladies fongiques,
for example,
et l'hypertension artérielle.
and hypertensive treatment.
Au cours de cette étude,
Because of this study,
nous allons vous présenter l'ensemble des résultats concernant l'extrait absolu d'anogenesis deocarditis sur les coronaires de corps et de déterminer les possibles mécanismes d'action. Alors, comme matériel et méthode, alors, l'extraction de la plante a concerné une prise de 100 grammes de sucre végétal dans 500 ml d'eau. Après une décoction Et puis le refroidissement et l'unification. Nous avons réalisé une centrifugation qui a donné l'extrait à feu, qui a été alors congelé et lyophilisé pour donner l'extrait à feu de anojusis. Alors pour la réactivité vasculaire, nous avons utilisé des cœurs de porc et nous avons isolé l'artère coronaire droite de ces cœurs et nous avons donc débarrassé les différentes adhérences. Puis nous avons réalisé des coupes de 3 à 4 mm de long. Alors, ainsi, une fois donc les anneaux obtenus, nous les avons passés dans un système d'études pour organes isolés. Et les résultats que nous avons obtenus ont été transcrits dans un système donc, de moniteur pour permettre donc les analyses. Et ce travail a été réalisé au niveau du département de médecine traditionnelle et pharmacie de l'Institut de recherche en sciences. Alors, au niveau donc de la viabilité cellulaire, nous avons également utilisé des coronaires de porc. Et nous avons isolé des cellules endothéliales avec la collagénase. Puis nous les avons mis en culture dans un milieu MCDB 131, le sérum de veau fœtal, de pénicilline, streptomycine, cortisone et de L-glutamine. À confluence, alors à confluence, nous avons donc réparti les différentes cellules dans des boîtes de 6 pour 24 puits. Et nous avons donc extrait alors comme résultat, cette figure l'extrait à peu de anojusis implique une relaxation dépendante de l'endothélium. Mais en absence d'endothélium, les travaux de par contre, lorsque nous avons utilisé une combinaison de l'effet de l'extrait est relativement apprécié comparativement l'utilisation de la L-nitroarginine, qui est un inhibiteur spécifique de la monoxyde d'azote, utilisée seule en combinaison avec la cariotoxine et la famille, abolissent pratiquement l'effet vasorelaxant de cet extrait légèrement significatif après 6 heures jusqu'à 15 heures. De ces résultats, nous pouvons donc déduire que cet extrait à peu de anojusis léocalcus a un léger effet sur les cellules endothéliales de coronaire de porc. Alors, quelle conclusion nous pouvons avoir? Alors, déjà, nous avons constaté que l'extrait à peu de anojusis léocalcus implique d'avoir des espèces réactives de l'oxygène, des superoxydes d'anion, des EDHF, mais aussi du monoxyde d'azote. De plus, il est évident que cet extrait implique la voie de saccharose et de PI3 kinase A4. Plus intéressant encore, cet extrait possède pratiquement un effet non cytotoxique sur les cellules endothéliales. Alors, comme perspective donc à cette étude, nous comptons donc réaliser des études in vivo sur des modèles hypertendus pour essayer de déterminer l'effet anti-hypertenseur de cet extrait de réaliser aussi des études in situ de cet extrait en utilisant donc le cœur d'évaluer la toxicité subchronique et chronique de cet extrait par la voie orale et bien sûr d'explorer d'autres parties de la plante dans l'intérêt de la préservation de la biodiversité végétale. Alors, nous ne saurons terminer sans remercier l'ensemble de nos collaborateurs au Burkina Faso, tout comme à Strasbourg en France. Et sur ce, nous vous disons merci pour votre attention.
Amin Mohamed. Amin Mohamed. What's your number?
Can I explain?
Okay.
Excuse me to take, to explain you why she will present now, and because she sent her abstract to an oral presentation for the first time. She's asked for an oral presentation. But before, today, before we come back, she's get another message that say her, you have to do a poster. So she didn't get time in order to do the poster. It's the reason why we are coming and ask permission to present it. Because she has a poster, but she has right to do an oral presentation, but it's for your acceptation.
Lady, you have to talk loud.
You please volume.
Moi, c'est Traoré Tata. Je suis un master à l'Université de
University of
botanique et activité
the title of the activity of
médecine traditionnelle
and traditional medicine
dans la région des Hauts-Bassins au Burkina
in
Faso.
society in the Hauts-Bassins region in Burkina Faso. The plan of our work is contain the introduction, the methodology and results of fiction, conclusion and perspective. In our introduction, we like to say the hepatitis and condition of the liver is a problem of health. It causes a lot of problems. In 2012, there about 2 billion of people were affected. In 2013, we have 4 billion. And we have about 1,000. Well, what concerns the hepatitis? The number of people infected is from 3 to 4 million. General discussion is estimated about 170 million. The effect of these figures, Burkina Faso, this is prevalent. Also in Burkina Faso, we've seen hepatitis B is about 1,100 deaths. And we see about 900 chronic.
Le coût du traitement des hépatites virales est excessivement cher et inaccessible. Par exemple, on estime l'interféron alpha, qui est le traitement contre l'hépatite B, qui est estimé à 8 640 000 CFA par an. Donc c'est pour excessivement cher pour les populations, comme dans des pays pauvres. Donc nous, la plupart des populations ont recours aux plantes médicinales pour leurs soins comme les hépatites virales. Donc ces plantes seraient douées des propriétés antioxydantes ou des propriétés hépatoprotectrices. Maintenant, de façon générale, nous allons évaluer les potentiels antioxydants
in the whole region of Burkina Faso.
Nous allons évaluer l'activité antioxydante.
We are going to evaluate antioxidant better.
Évaluer l'antioxydant et classifier les composés. Maintenant, dans la méthodologie.
Do a research in the whole region and the language review well. We want to use the English of the questionnaire. This is the result of the research we carried out this way. We can notice from this result that women are more affected. So these are the results of our discussion. These are the following plants that we make use of. These are the pictures of the plants that we make use of, their names. Of the antioxidant activity of the extract that we got from these plants. This chart shows the result. This is how the extract of this and quantity. 2007, it is estimated that the antioxidant activity
This is a correlation that I want to tell you that the correlation between the two, but when we look at this conclusion, we will see that the confidence of activity is high. That will evaluate the anterior activity of the extra ego, evaluate the effect of abstraction, the effect of the liver, evaluate the effect of the extra. Thank you.
sitting here in the boring room. It's just another rainy Sunday afternoon. I'm wasting my time, I've got nothing to do. I'm hanging around, I'm waiting for you, but nothing ever happens. And I wonder, driving around in my car, I'm driving too fast, I'm driving too far. I'd like to change my point of view. I'm feeling so lonely, I'm waiting for you, but nothing ever happens. And I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday you told me about the blue, blue sky, and all that I can see is just the yellow lemon tree. I'm turning my head up and down, I'm turning around, and all that I can see is just another lemon tree. Sing, da 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 da, dee da da, da 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 da, dee da da, drop dee dee da. I'm sitting here around the park. I'd like to go out, taking a shower, but there's a heavy cloud inside my head. I'm feeling so tired, put myself into bed. Well, nothing ever happens, and I wonder. Isolation is not good for me. Isolation, I don't want to sit on a lemon tree. I'm stepping around in a desert of joy. Baby, anyhow, I got another toy, and everything will happen. And you wonder, I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday you told me about the blue, blue sky, and all that I can see is just another lemon tree. I'm turning my head up and down, I'm turning around, and all that I can see is just a yellow lemon tree. And I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday you told me about the blue, blue sky, and all that I can see, and all that I can see, and all that I can see is just.
Romeo is bleeding, but you can see his blood. It's nothing but some feelings and his old dark guitar. It's been raining since you left me, now I'm drowning in the flood. See, I've always been a fighter, but without you I give up. I can sing a love song like the way it's meant to be. Well, I guess I'm not as good anymore, but baby, that's just me. I will love you, baby, always, and I'll be there forever in the day. Always. Now the pictures that you left behind are just memories of a different life. Some made us laugh, some made us cry. When they made you ever say goodbye, but I get to roll my fingers through your hair, touch your lips to hold you near. When you say your prayers, try to understand. I've made mistakes, I'm just a man.